Hey everyone, welcome to the Breaking Point YouTube channel. If you're liking the videos, hit that subscribe button. Now let's get to the hunting action.
I mean, really, we're kind of covered with deer. Nothing really in range, but they're here, they're close.
We're gonna do what's right, put the time and effort in and try to find this deer. Well, it is November 14th and Dylan and I are back out. We're out at my property for the weekend or for the next 2 days. And we're gonna go all the way back into the timber, kind of where we have been doing some morning hunts. The Big 8, I guess we never really came up with a name for him, but he was on 3 different cameras last night. I think he's on the move trying to find a doe. Hopefully that's still the case and we can catch him traveling through this morning.
Right around 7, a little before, and I just had a fawn walk through right by us here, and then on the other side, or quite a ways away, seeing something kind of running. I don't know if it was chasing or just what it was running from. It was a couple hundred yards away from us. Just got a quick little glimpse of it, but I should be able to hear them if they're close today. We're just gonna sit back, give it some time. In the dark this morning, it looked like the farmer might have started taking some of the corn down yesterday, so I have to reassess, I guess, what that looks like here come midday and this afternoon. So that corn's down and try to find something in that direction. If not, we might maybe sneak back into the timber for the afternoon hunt. But a lot of time this morning, give it till 9, 10 o'clock and see what's going on. He's nice. It's the split G2 buck. Definitely chasing. Yeah. Yeah. He's coming this. Well, he was facing ours. What? Yeah. Well, it's a little before 10, and we just had a perfect rut hunt, in a sense. Without killing a deer or getting anything really in range. All morning it was pretty slow, and at like 9 o'clock, Dylan had caught a doe running, and then there's this split G2 buck that has been around all year, and he was chasing her. He was kind of on all year on camera. I said he would be one to kind of have to see on the hoof, and just seeing him there, I think he would, if he came in range, he would have got it, but they worked off into the bedding. That 10 and a bunch of other small bucks were chasing 150 yards from us, and I don't know, it just got weird. There's deer everywhere. We had doe and little buck on this side of us, so I mean, really, we're kind of covered with deer. Nothing really in range, but they're here, they're close, and I guess the added benefit is the corn's coming down as we speak. Yeah, I don't know what the next step is here. If we hang it out for a while here, get out, go grab a bite to eat quick, and set up between the bedding and the corn, or you gotta figure it out. But a lot of deer like I said, turned from 0 to 100 real quick, and that was awesome.
Bet.
That's a touch low, I think. Well, that happened really out of nowhere. Dylan and I were honestly contemplating getting down and trying to figure out the game plan for tonight, and that buck just came out of nowhere, came out of the bedding out into this. Yeah, so, you know, it opens up a little bit where we are in. I thought I was settled in perfect. I don't know. After looking at back, the shots forward, the height ends up being okay because he drops down a little bit, but it's forward. I don't know. Don't know what to think. It either caught. I guess it's all about the penetration. I think at that point, we got enough. I think we have a decent chance at getting him. If it caught that shoulder and didn't get anything, then I don't know if that deer's dying. He went 75 yards maybe, and it's back into the thicket, just so you couldn't see him. He stopped running, stood there, tail tucked, and then, like I said, we lost him, but then shortly thereafter, like within 20, 30 seconds of us kind of losing him, maybe a little more, but there was a crash in that same area. It sounded like a crash. No other deer was really in that area that we knew of, so fingers crossed that was him. I don't know. I'm not happy about the shot at all. Not confident in it. I don't know. But we're gonna back up. Maybe just go look at impact, see if we can see blood or what that looks like. I don't know that I want to go into the bedding, the thick stuff yet, but we're gonna get down and see what it looks like and kind of take it from there.
At HHA, bow hunting is in our blood. At the moment of truth, there are no shortcuts, no excuses. It's just you and your bow. So when we build a site for these moments that take your breath away. For the past 40 years, we've been setting the tempo for bow sites in the hunting industry, and this year we did it yet again. New for 2025, the Nitrix from HHA.
That's quite a bit of penetration. So we found our arrow pretty much right after impact. In the video, as you can see, he spun. Basically, that's where he kicked out the arrow. Put it against my other arrows, and it's basically the length of an iPhone Max with the case on of penetration, and then there's pretty decent blood so far, but we only went 5 yards. We're just gonna back out. We have no rush. We have all day. We're just gonna play it smart, back out, come back here in an hour or two and see what we can pick back up.
Well, it's 1:30 right now. Dylan and I are gonna head back there and pick up the blood trail and see what we can find. Hopefully it leads us to the buck. I'm hoping that crash we heard, 30 seconds, minute after we lost sight of him was him, and he's just inside that thick stuff, but Well, we tracked him probably, we got to be almost 200 yards on the blood trail, maybe 150, 200 yards. The first 100 yards it was easy. It was, you could just walk right down the trail and boom, 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 boom. And then he got to the spot and he ended up doubling back on us a little bit. Threw us for a puzzle for 10, 15 minutes. You could still kind of keep going up fairly easy, and then we got to this spot right here. And he must have stood here for a while. There's quite a bit of blood. It's dark blood, there's light blood. I don't really know what that entails, but we can't figure out where he goes from here. There's a marsh right over my shoulder that's wetter than I thought it would be. So we called old JP. He's in the thermal drone business now, so he's gonna come up here in the morning, and we're gonna see if we can pick him up then. He was just telling me that he had a track a week or two ago that was very similar. Those guys filmed their hunt. It was kind of in front of the shoulder like mine, and they clipped the front of the heart just enough that the deer ended up expiring. They checked it once in the middle of the night, it was still alive. They came back in the morning and it was expired. So we're just gonna mark this, mark it on X. We're gonna sneak out, take our stand sticks down, and just head back to the house and see what the drone can find in the morning. So it sucks, terrible shot, pissed off at myself, but we're gonna do what's right, put the time and effort in, and try to find this deer.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that creek is what you see there, right?
Should be, yeah.
The marsh stuff.
Yeah.
See some deer back there in the woods. Yeah, look at that bulge
Yeah,
right
oh,
there
there.
on his back. Let's see how that.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, on the white have a. I mean, you can see how his spine kind of humps right there.
Well, we found the deer. He was 112 yards from where we last lost blood as a crow flies, and he's not doing well, but he's still alive. Super easy to tell. We couldn't see, I guess, where my shot was, but we think a different hunter hit him at some point this year, because even in our video you could see there's like a hump in his back, like an arrow right around the spine. So seen that, so it was a dead giveaway. The brow tines we could see, so definitely him. Like I said, not doing well. With the drone above him, he tried to get up 2 different times and he couldn't even muster enough to really even move. He's kind of doing some weird things, and I mean, JP's done this a lot, and you know, he says it's some behavior that obviously he's struggling and hopefully gonna pass. So we're just gonna give him more time. Probably just go get some breakfast, hang out for an hour or two, and then go do a recheck, and hopefully by then he's expired. Well, it's about 7:30 right now on Sunday. When we last checked him yesterday around like 10, 11, he was still alive, but you could tell he wasn't doing well. His head was bobbing and looked like he tried to get up a few times and just didn't have enough energy to get out of that bed. So we elected to give him overnight. It was warm yesterday, and then it cooled down to like 30 last night. So we felt pretty safe with it, and we're gonna give it a go.
Kind of like right there. It looks pretty good.
Looks like legs out.
Yeah, it looks sprawled out. That'd be kind of a nice drag for you.
Right off the field. Sure shit.
There it is.
Thank God.
Deader than a doornail.
Congrats, buddy.
Good job, Brandon.
Good work, Randy.
That'd be an easy one, huh?
Yep.
42 hours later.
Jesus.
Dang.
Heck yeah, dude.
It's been a wild 42 hours since the shot. We caught him at 10:30, quarter 11 Friday, cruising, and put a shot in him. We knew it was forward, knew it was low, but he moved his front leg, and we thought that might have opened up just enough that we might have caught something vital. But we picked up the blood. We gave him 2 hours, picked up the blood. We had good blood for the first 100, 125 yards. Then he kind of doubled back, and then it got a little more scarce, but we were able to stay on it until he kind of stood in one spot and there's a big pool of blood, and then we couldn't figure out where he went from there, so we backed out, called JP. He started his drone company LTL last year, and he came out yesterday morning. So that would have been what, 15 hours since the shot, 20 hours since the shot, and we picked him up. He was actually bedded right across the river from us here. He was still alive, looked very weak, looked like he tried to get up a time or two because he's uncomfortable and just couldn't muster the energy. So we didn't want to bump him, we didn't want to do anything. We just figured with time he would probably expire. So came back this morning. JP was nice enough to come back up with the drone just to make sure, you know, where he went, and JP got him up in the air, and within a minute or two we found him. Like I said, he really only moved 20 yards from his last bed, just crossed the river, and that's where he expired. But without the drone, I don't think we're finding him. Where we lost blood was probably 400 or 500 yards straight to the north, and I would have never guessed he came towards the field. So really thank JP for coming. Without him, I don't, like I said, we're not finding this deer, and this is the first time in probably ever Dylan and I are tagged out before gun season, so it's a good feeling. Yeah, next up is rifle that rolls around here in 5-6 days, and see what else we can do this year. It's a hell of a start.